Hello, and welcome to Afternoon Tea with Karen. I'm going to look at some educational stuff for kids. It's on LGB history, it's also on the flags. Off we go.
Sometimes it can feel that trying to figure out who you are is a race, where you need to find your own identity as quickly as possible. But that's not true. Life is an adventure, and you don't have to do it alone. You have a whole community to back you up. From gay to pansexual, cis to non-binary, no matter how you identify, there is a wide spectrum of people that understand what you're going through. Over the years, people in the LGBTQ+ movement have consistently fought for their rights. In 1969,
54 years ago.
In 1969, LGBTQ+ people led a series of demonstrations called the Stonewall Riots. In one of the biggest, spontaneous, most important displays of LGBTQ+ pride and defiance ever, a whole new generation of people were helped to see that it's okay to not conform to traditional views of gender. In the 70s, the Gay Liberation Front was established in the UK, encouraging people to come out by creating a sense of community. And in 1982, being gay was made legal throughout the UK.
41 years ago?
1982, being gay was made legal throughout the UK. Fast forward to 2010, and it became illegal in the UK to discriminate against transgender people in the workplace. And in 2019, the World Health Organization no longer considered being transgender a mental or behavioral illness. The world continues to evolve, and though there's still much to do, things are moving in the right direction. The important thing to know is you are not alone, and you should always be proud of who you are.
Right, so that was from Twinkle Kids. You can go on their website, /parents. Right, now we're going to learn about the flag.
It's not uncommon today to see a rainbow flag flying with pride on a house or business. But have you ever wondered when and why it became a symbol for the LGBTQ+ community? Let's find out on today's episode of
Colossal Question.
The rainbow flag dates all the way back to the 1970s. 1978 to be exact.
That's 45 years ago? 45 years ago.
1978 to be exact. That was the year that a group of artists, designers, activists, performers, and locals designed the very first version of the gay pride flag. This ragtag group of flag makers brought the idea to a famous gay icon and politician named Harvey Milk.
So, Harvey was a city supervisor. He sponsored an anti-discrimination bill regarding sexual orientation. And it was passed 11-1, and the one person who objected assassinated him. So this guy, city supervisor Dan White, he went to jail for 5 years and then died of carbon monoxide poisoning at home.
Famous gay icon and politician named Harvey Milk, who liked the idea and got behind the project. They wanted to create a flag that could fly over the Pride Parade in their home city of San Francisco.
So they got a grant.
The team quickly landed on a rainbow design because rainbows are natural, colorful, and beautiful. The collection of colors represent togetherness, since there are LGBTQ+ people from all races, religions, ages, genders, everywhere. The very first flag looked a bit different than the one we know today. It had 8 stripes instead of 6, with a pink at the top and turquoise between the green and blue stripes. When they took their design to get printed, it turned out that the printing company could only make flags in around 25 colors, and pink and turquoise weren't available. So the team made a few adjustments and came back with the 6-striped rainbow flag we know today. Each individual color has its own meaning. Red for life, orange for healing, yellow for sunlight, green for nature, blue for serenity, and purple for the spirit. The bright, colorful new flag flew for the first time in the Gay Freedom Day Parade on June 25, 1978. People at the parade proudly waved the new symbol, helping make it an overnight success. Over the years, the flag has continued to evolve. In 2017, one of the members of the original team made a variation on the 8-stripe design, adding a 9th lavender stripe to the top, symbolizing diversity. A year later, in 2018, another version, called the Progress Pride flag, was created to bring attention to trans pride and queer communities of color, adding a chevron with 5 colors: black, brown, light blue, pink, and white. The black and brown stripes represent marginalized LGBTQ+ communities of color. The pink, light blue, and white stripes are a nod to the transgender pride flag. So that's where the rainbow flag got started, but it does seem safe to say that the design will continue to evolve over the years. After all, there's lots of great colors out there to add.
What is Pride Month? Gay Pride, also known as LGBTQ+ Pride, is celebrated in June. It is a month of celebration of LGBTQ+ communities around the world. LGBTQ+ stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer. The plus represents other members of the community who do not feel that they fit into any of these categories. Pride is about celebrating who you are and supporting gay rights. During Pride Month, people come together to celebrate love, friendship, and the special and unique things that make us who we are. So how did Pride start? In the United States, being gay used to be illegal. This means that anyone who was thought to be gay could be arrested. In 1969, after a police raid, riots broke out in LGBTQ+ people in New York City.
So 54 years ago?
LGBTQ+ people in New York City began to protest. In June 1970, to remember these demonstrations, the first Pride March took place in Chicago. The march now takes place every year. Pride marches, parades and festivals now happen in cities all over the world. These celebrate the differences between people in our world and promote equal rights for all. At Pride celebrations, people often display the rainbow flag. The rainbow flag, also known as the Gay Pride flag or the LGBTQ+ flag, is a symbol of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender and queer pride, as well as representing the other members of the community. There are also lots of other LGBTQ+ flags for all communities, such as these flags for lesbian pride, transgender pride, bisexual pride, and non-binary pride, just to name a few. There are lots of different flags to represent everyone. However, people often use the Progress Pride flag now to include as many communities as possible. During Pride, lots of people will wave rainbow flags at Pride marches to show that they are proud of who they are and that everyone should be treated equally. During Pride Month especially, it is important that we remember that everyone is special and unique and deserves to be treated with respect. Also, everyone should be allowed to be proud of who they are. It is important to be proud of the things that make you, you. So I hope you learned a lot about Pride Month in this video. To learn more, check out Twinkle's Pride Month page.
Well, wasn't that all fun and interesting? We've still got a bit of time. It's hardly in the afternoon tea, so let's listen to a Christian.
About to sit well for some people and not sit well for others. I hate Pride Month. And not because I care about who you want to love, but because I'm sick of the corporate pandering. I'm sick of seeing all-age drag shows where bearded men wrapped in fishnets and BDSM outfits are grinding their man bulges into the faces of children. I am sick of society pushing children to transition. I am tired of men dressing up as women to victimize other women in sports, public restrooms, locker rooms, and life. We have pride flags painted on our sidewalks. They're flying from our embassies. They're hanging in our schools. And yet a group that claims to be so deeply marginalized has an entire month dedicated to one of the 7 deadly sins. And I'm supposed to tolerate it? What once was a call for people to just mind their business and love who they want to love has turned into a campaign to force people, regardless of religious beliefs, to accept a certain way of life that they don't want to accept, and a trend to destroy childhood innocence in an attempt to validate sick adults, and I want no part of it. The only rainbow I celebrate as God's promise, and the only pride I want to have is the pride for my country.
God bless her.
That'll do. See you later. Bye.